Hello, and we're getting even closer to that final. So now we're on the top 4 of the UK Nationals. We've got Joe Zimmer on the left playing Targ Crossing and Matt Herdman on the right playing Tyrell Wars.
I'm Richard, by the way. Hello, I'm here.
And Richard is joining me, as always, in our video. So we've seen Matt playing in a previous round. So his Tyrell Wars is, well, as you'd expect, I guess, mostly. It's not as much a mace deck as such, you'll claim, but it's, you know, Tyrell good stuff. Targ Crossing, as you can imagine, is quite quick. It's going to be all the silly Targ shit that they can do at the moment.
Silly Targ shit.
Silly Targ shit. And just going fast and getting that extra power with the crossing.
So silly Targ shit basically mean really big tempo advantages.
Yeah!
That makes so much more sense.
Of course. And on the board there for setups, Matt there with a duped Tinder Marge and Right. And then on Joe's side, we've got a His Star and a Lyria's Estate.
Is that a card in shadows as well?
And a card in shadows, yes. So it seems good for Joe, I guess, although it's a little bit risky with March, but I don't think Tyrell Wars normally runs March.
I agree. I don't think Matt Herdman is running Marched.
And I think because we've seen Matt's deck a few times and we've seen him in a couple of regionals as well, Joe probably has a good idea about what Matt's deck has got in it, and probably knows that there's not going to be a Marched. Or at least highly hopes so.
Yeah, you can imagine Matt Herdman had a reputation for being someone that would take the absolute strongest deck despite how horrible and, you know, how much of a stigma it is to play it. Matt Herdman will play it anyway. And I don't think March fits in the strongest deck of this iteration of Tyrell Wars.
I think it's a fair point. We've got opening plots here, so Time of Plenty on the right from Matt, and Joe here playing Heads on Spikes. So Joe takes a minute or two just to decide about the first player, but he does decide that Matt's going to be first. So the Tyrell Wars deck does normally run milk. That's slightly risky, just in case Matt has already found that milk for his star, but we'll see what happens. Joe's head's there. That's a really lame heads, but it's hit something. So spike on Butterbumps there.
That could be game changing.
Yes,
Butterbumps, oh man.
And the thing is because Joe's done that, it does mean that Matt could now have power to claim.
Yeah, that's the downside for me in opening Heads on Spikes turn 1. It's a bit of a lottery. You can destroy someone's game plan turn 1 if they don't run close call. But yeah, and not only is it a bit of a lottery, you gain 2 power if you do get a character, meaning that your opponent can actually take claim turn 1 if they're going first.
Yeah. So Matt here getting his 6 gold. And he could probably use a bit of economy on the board, so paying 1 by the looks of it. Or not.
Yeah, he's got no economy. That's unusual for Tyrell Wars.
He had mulliganed before this.
Placing out Red Wine Straits or the Arbor is something of a tempo hit against this fast Targ.
Yeah. But sometimes you need that big econ at the beginning to set you up for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but with the Targ Crossing this fast, like if you play the Arbor, you don't put anything on your board.
Yeah.
You don't put anything on your board, Targ are going to run all over you.
Okay, so Matt's first action here is to milk his star. So if he'd done anything else, then Joe would have had the opportunity to discard a card from hand. But because Matt's done that as his first action, Joe can't do anything. So
that hurts Joe's tempo a little bit, or future tempo, because he now can't, in the challenge phase, discard a card to bring that card out of shadows.
But Targ does have ways to get rid of these attachments.
Yeah,
so of course we have Viserys.
Viserys, yeah.
And
maybe Karth.
Yeah.
Some decks run a Karth
Yeah, my deck ran a one of.
Oh,
my
secret
Nationals deck.
tech.
Yeah, secret tech. I don't think I really used it in Nationals. But...
Are you going to publish your deck, Rebecca? Are you going to do a tournament report?
What, for Nationals?
No, for your... Well, yeah, that deck, which you then won a tournament with yesterday.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, you can pressure if you want it, guys.
I don't think people are too bothered about seeing House Red Dawn. Joe's not marshalled anything. He's just saving 4 gold.
Where did that Plaza Pride come from?
Apart from the Plaza Pride.
Ah, I see.
And the dupe on his
So, yeah, he's going to save 3 gold for Aegon. Nothing Darioable. Is that a word? It's not a word.
It's definitely a word now.
So, we've seen Matt Herban on a few games. Have we seen Joe?
I think this is the first one we've seen Joe in.
Joe, so...
He's very excited to be on camera. He said, "Can I go on camera?" I was like, "Okay, Joe, calm down, dear, it's fine." But then, of course, you wouldn't know who he is. He's that guy from Bristol, Brighton, Smigan would be.
Well, Joe Zimmer is... I know him quite well. He's a very, very good player. He's one of my... I respect him so much. Like, I've never respected a player as much as Joe. Every time I watch him play, I learn something new.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, he won the Battle of Blackwater Bay.
He did.
He's won something else, I think. Wasn't a regional, but you know.
Just for clarification, guys, this is the Joe Zimmer that is quite a good friend of ours, and Richard generally on these videos will claim that he has no idea who Joe is, just to tease Joe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which is why it's amusing that Richard is, you know, being nice to Joe, because we've basically been talking all day saying that Richard's going to tease Joe on the video.
No, I'm just saying, I'm being honest here. I'm trying to be sincere. This is the top 4.
Yes.
I want to show my appreciation for a great UK throne talent in Joe Zimmer. Jimmer. He's done very well this season, despite, you know, cocking up loads of regionals. He's done very well at Blackwater Bay. He finally top 4'd at Warboar.
Yeah.
Which is, I think...
And he's top 4 at Nationals.
Yeah, and I think that's justification, because I don't know many players that practice as much as Joe, and practice makes perfect in a game like this.
Yeah.
So he's reaping the benefits now.
I hope you're happy, Joe. This is all on camera. Like, you can use this whenever you want.
Matt Herdman, I don't know how often Matt Herdman practices.
No, I've no idea.
But I know he does play week in, week out at the Keys.
Should we quickly run through what's happening on the board?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So Matt decided to pass challenges. Joe brought Egon out of Shadows to also go and fetch Dario. He's done a power challenge with Egon, and that went through unopposed. So Joe still has his intrigue and military challenges to do. It is a crossing deck, so he'll probably want to be doing both. He's currently discarding 2 Targ cards from hand to put Kotho into play, but as one of those cards is Missandei, she just goes into play as well. The other card is a Freedman, which is now in the discard pile. So he should be able to win. It is Freedman, right?
I thought it was the Second Sons, but yeah, I think it is the Second Sons.
Oh, is it Second Sons? Is it not what?
No, it's the Targ World Championship deck.
Oh,
which have a slightly different templating. So more of a full bleed kind of thing.
I thought it was a Freedman.
So this is really, really good start for Joe. He didn't have the Hisdar, however. He had Aegon into Dario and then Kotho into Missandei.
And to be fair, this is like literally the perfect dream setup for
this
Targ.
is great.
He started the beginning of this round with just Hisdar. He's now got 5 characters on the board. Plus he's got a Plaza and a Second Son's in the discard. So all he needs to do now is find a Speed Bottom. You can't get much better than that, to be honest.
It's a really strong tempo opening. But if he's done it once, he's not going to do it again.
Ooh, okay. So the military challenge is going through. So we had right kneeling to defend. So it's not an opposed, but we do get claim. But because there's a nightmares on Marjorie, it means that Matt cannot kill a lord to go get a lord. Preempting the claim, Matt did kneel Leighton Hightower to put in the Scheming Septon, but then, yeah, Marjorie was nightmares, so we can't use Hightower.
Sounds good.
So now we've got a big intrigue challenge coming through with Dario and Missandei for 12 strength, I believe, on the crossing turn.
Now, I'm not sure on the traits of all of Matt's characters, but I imagine he's going to stand Missandei.
Yeah, I don't think there's any companions or allies or anything on Matt's side.
Yeah, because Matt can't win that intrigue challenge, but he does block the unopposed.
So Joe doing everything in order here, that's good. So he takes his crossing first. He does the reaction with Dario to restand Missandei. It wasn't an opposed. He then takes his claim, which is the crown of golden roses. And then he could take renown, but he says he's not going to bother because he doesn't need to. Because Dario is coming back to hand. So I think considering Joe started the turn with, as I say, just his star, and he's now got 4 characters, good characters on the board as well. Pretty good start for him.
Very good start for him.
He must be happy.
One of the things people say when they play a Targ Crossing is, how am I supposed to beat this? You know, a deck that spams out characters turn 1 relentlessly. I guess what you have to do is Valar that board down.
Yeah.
And then they can't use Aegon again, can't use Kotho again. And suddenly it's a lot harder for them to maintain that tempo.
Yeah.
Until they get Marine and put more characters on the board. But the risk
Valar
is if you do Valar, they can get Drogo out afterwards and pound you with 2 claim, well, 2 military challenges.
So for me, I think Valar M is really scary if I'm playing my Targ deck. Because quite often I won't have duped characters on the board because they're just getting thrown out during the challenges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now, like, I think Joe's lucky that you found the dupe on his star so early. But yeah, like, if you think about it, the Kotho, the Missandei, the Aegon, none of those would be able to be duped because they'll put in during play. So now you could just Valar all of those, and that's a big part of that tempo rush that would be gone from the deck.
Yep.
And also with his star milked as well, that's obviously limiting Joe's economy. So a Valar M would have been really, really cool. You don't worry too much about Valar D because, quite frankly, if you get a Kotho or a Missandei back in hand again, it just means you can just chuck them back out.
Yep.
Obviously Valar D goes to the bottom of the deck, but, you know, you shuffle your deck quite a lot with this, especially if you're using Aegon anyway. And it just means that you'll get those cards sort of back at the top eventually. But yeah, Valar M certainly hurts the deck.
Oh. So the plot game here has been really interesting. So Matt had opened up there to round 2 with pulling the string to strings heads on spikes and took a Queen Guard. He seemed really unhappy with that, but actually seeing...
That's a really good hit.
Seeing Khal Drogo on the board now, you don't want to see a Queen Guard on him. That is bad news. But Joe quite cleverly has played King in the North, seeing Matt's Crown of Golden Roses go by the by, and then he's now shut off a Marjorie trigger, knowing he's going to play Drogo.
Yeah.
And Matt also cannot use Leighton Hightower to, you know, throw in extra claim or use the Great Hall to put in anything. So Matt's stuck now playing the Arbor.
I'm surprised he didn't put out another character, maybe, but it doesn't look like he's got a lot in hand.
Well, he's only got 1 gold.
Well, he does now he's played out the Arbor. So the first military then coming through from Drogo, just defending with right. I think I'd be tempted to take Right's claim here. So Matt was going on to claim and then said, actually, do you mind if I take an action to put someone in? And Joe said, well, you can't because
King in the North.
Plot. So then Matt's a bit like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
moment.
Can't even kill him for Marjorie.
Exactly. So I think I'd kill Right here.
Yeah, Right's kneeling. You can close call.
Yeah. I think I would have killed Right.
I wonder if Matt's slightly...
Tilting?
Yeah, maybe knocked on tilt. Because if he forgot about King in the North, then maybe he was trying to kill Leighton Hightower to trigger Marjorie.
Yeah.
But he'd gone ahead with that anyway.
It's a really weird choice, I feel.
He seemed to be hell-bent on keeping right.
Yeah, I feel like I would have kept Leighton, because next turn at least I've got a lord on the board to kill if needed.
Yeah.
And also I could use his ability, like in the marshalling phase, maybe next turn to put out another character.
Well, you could do it in the
or in the plot
phase or any phase.
Whenever. So taking a great haul there for the intrigue claim.
Yeah, that king in the north has really destroyed any momentum Matt was hoping to build.
I guess he's put out the arbor just in the hopes that there will be a next turn and he can come and, you know, flood the board and hit back. But I think he's going to struggle a bit here. So he's going to go in with the intrigue. Joe could discard a card from hand here and use the Palazzo if he wanted.
He can. Because he has a king.
But it might be nice for Matt to have some power on his faction card for Joe to steal. So we've got the unopposed. Doing this slightly out of order, but yeah. So you've got the unopposed and the claim and then the renown. The claim's really, really good there. I imagine that Joe was hoping to use that next turn. So when, you know, Marjorie was able to be used.
I don't think he's going to need it. One of Tyrell Wars' weaknesses is early aggro, and facing down Drogo in the first turn or two is very bad for that deck.
Especially having Marjorie shut off 2 turns in a row. Yeah.
So now I think Joe's going to run over Matt quickly.
Well, there's
I don't know
5 minutes left.
Research Matt has.
So normally Tyrell Wars will run sometimes first snow, but normally you'll have Valar D. Just to slow down anybody who's out rushing you, especially with Wars as well. You don't have to worry too much about having to play it early because you can just leave it as late as you need to.
I don't think I've seen many Valar Ds in Tyrell Wars, but...
My Tyrell Wars deck had Valar D.
You had Tyrell Wars?
Yeah, for Euros. I made top 64, remember?
I thought we only put first snow in that one.
I think I had Valar D.
Have you remembered incorrectly?
Possibly.
Or have I remembered it?
But I feel like it had Valar D.
So Matt's got access to some money now, and he's trying to maintain some sort of parity on the board date. Joe might be tempted to get rid of his Dar now. I think he's done his job. Keeping Drogo. Drogo seems important now with the renown. Nice try, Matt.
Okay. So yeah, so the board's a bit more even now. We know that Joe's lost the Nightmares, so he's unlikely to have a third. The heads on spikes there, not hitting anything. Well, not hitting anything that gets power anyway.
What did it hit?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think
neither.
It might have been the Crown of Golden Roses, possibly.
Again?
What do you mean again? Oh, I know what you mean.
So there's 2 Crown of Golden Roses gone?
I think
maybe.
So we could go back and look, but...
You know, life's too short for that.
Yeah.
Especially after you spent all this time editing the video, Rebecca.
It's fine. So marshalling on Joe's side, he put out a Dario.
Ew.
And I think he's sitting on a goal or 2.
Matt needed that character. He only put out Old Town, I can tell there, just to get another character because he doesn't have enough in hand. He's so unhappy. Well, not really, because I mean Dario can beat him in the military challenge.
Yeah, but not Renly and, right? So at least Matt can actually trigger Marjorie this turn, right?
Maybe.
So Matt could theoretically defend one of the militaries and then let the other one go through to go and grab a different lord.
So we've got the low strength intrigue for 1. At this stage, being 10-2 down, every single unopposed is like a knife in the heart. You don't want to be giving anything. I think I'd be tempted to
maybe no Marjorie.
Well, he doesn't want to lose the power challenge.
He's going to lose the power challenge either way.
But yeah, I feel sorry for Matt here. He drew the wrong side of his deck.
Strong as well.
He drew the wrong side of his deck to be playing against Targ Crossing.
Yeah, he could have used left and right early on. Just sitting there, you know, at least making sure it's not unopposed. But I only found one of the duo.
I mean, I'm sure he would have preferred to set up the Arbor or with the red wine straights, or at least a Great Hall. Any economy would have given them a jump start.
Got the military here coming through from Dario. This is going to be for 6. So yeah, Matt can defend this. And this prevents the renown on Dario.
Yeah, but now Joe's got unopposed power, claim renown, and then stand someone for a military challenge.
To be fair, there wasn't a lot more than that can do. So it's not unopposed, but we've got claim. He missed the renown! But it doesn't matter, because Joe just wins now anyway with the military.
Wow.
That was a nice quick game. Well, congratulations, Joe. You through to the final where you are facing our very own Richard Walker.
Yes, me.
You got to the final. Well done.
I did, thank you.
So, thanks always for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers. And we'll bring you the final featuring Joe Zimmer's Targ Crossing deck and Richard Walker's Stark Rain deck.
Excellent.
See you next time, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.